Hello, this is a demonstration of my matrix macro that I've created with the use of Keyboard Maestro for use in task paper. So for this example, you can see I've set up 4 projects here. There's project 1, 2, 3, and 4. Each one has tasks, and as you can see, tasks from various projects will sometimes have the tag of important. Sometimes they will have due date, and some tasks, as you can see, have none. You notice that all these due dates are today, so that they are intended to be urgent. And then there's a couple down here that I have for future dates, so you can see that those will not be included when we just view the matrix view. So, as you can see, this is a single window at the moment, and this could be any task paper document. All you do is you go through at various tasks, and you make 2 decisions very quickly, and you say, well, this task is important, and it's due tomorrow or due today, and you then put those tags in place. And if there's no due date, of course, you can just mark it as important, and if it's not important but it does have a due date, you just put down the due date, and if it's neither, you leave the task alone. You don't tag it with either of those 2 tags. Then you invoke my script, and what that does is it will then split the same document.
Dorothy, cause Kansas is going bye-bye.
And that's my sense of humor there, showing that the script is just finished. But as you can see, it's split the single document into 4 views. This is all the same document. It's just 4 views of that document. And as you can see in the upper left-hand quadrant, it displays all the tasks that have both the tag of important and the tag of due, and the due date has to be within 24 hours. Otherwise, in my opinion, it's not urgent if it's not within the 24 hours. In any case, it also includes the parent projects, because that's how Hogbay has decided to design task paper. So you're going to see the projects above the tasks no matter what. In any case, this is the quadrant that you would normally work on and do first. Then the second quadrant, which is important and has no due dates. So you can see right here, these tasks only have important tags, but there are no due dates. After you finish the tasks in the upper left-hand quadrant, you go over to the upper right-hand quadrant and you do these tasks. And then down here in the lower left, you can see our tasks that have just due dates, but they are not marked important. And that's the third task pane that you get to. And by the time you've done these 3 panes, you've probably done a full day's worth of work, and that's where you would end. But if by some chance you get through all 3 of these panes, then your last priorities would be the tasks that are down here in the lower right-hand quadrant, because those are the ones that are not important and they don't have a due date. Those would be, your trivial tasks. And you also notice that in all of these, no tasks that are marked as done or are in archive are shown. And any task that has a future date is not shown as well as a due date, simply because you don't need to see it in here. And that is how the task matrix works. And as you can see, it is 4 separate windows. And when you're ready to restore back to your normal view, I have a second macro, which is called the matrix reboot. So when you do that,
why didn't I take the blue pill?
It basically went in and closed the extra window, so now we're back to the original window. It shows the sidebar. You notice that when I originally did the first invoke of the first macro, it hid the sidebar, so it was a much cleaner view for the 4 quadrants. But now you're back to everything showing exactly the same way as before, and the script has not harmed or done anything to the document. If you made any changes in any of the individual windows, they should be in this window here, because you just were working with a single document, just 4 views of it. The script has really allowed me to be more productive and more efficient in choosing what tasks to work on right now. Adding, the due date tags and important tags is something you can do extremely quickly. Those are easy decisions to make, and that, in my habits, has eliminated procrastination, because sometimes if you have an task list with, let's say, 200 different tasks that are in a dozen or so projects, choosing which ones to do right now can be a challenge. With this script, you simply put those tags in place when you originally enter those tasks or projects into your task paper document. You invoke this script.
Fasten your seatbelt, Dorothy, cause Kansas is going bye-bye.
And as you can see, this just clears everything up. You just work everything on this particular window up here. You could even close the other windows or get rid of them or hide them as you'd like. But focus on this one here. It just saves you a lot of time in making that decision. So thank you to Dwight D. Eisenhower, the president, who originally came up with this concept. It was then copied and promoted by Stephen Covey as a time matrix management system. And now we have that built into TaskPaper. You can use this view to be more productive, eliminate decision procrastination, and then when you're ready,
Why didn't I take the blue pill?
you can go right back to your original TaskPaper view and continue, adding in new tasks or projects as you like. So again, I hope you find this useful. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, go to maestromacros.com and ask questions in the forum. I will get to them as I can. Enjoy.